welcome to another session of Wear Many Hats. My name's Rachel, and today we have a wonderful guest with us who's come from quite far, actually. I'll let him tell us where he's come from, but we have Jonathan Ritchie here. He is the Executive Director of Property and Development for nearly 6 years now at Chatsworth Schools. Welcome, Jonathan.
Thank you very much. Thank
you for coming. Now, where have you come from today?
I've travelled from the Cotswold Water Park.
All the way down to London.
I have.
We really appreciate you coming down here to tell us your story today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm really excited to hear about your journey. As I've just had a sneaky peek on LinkedIn, so I know what you've done. But tell us how it all started for you. Let's rewind back a bit. Where did it all start for you?
Where did it all start? Well, I think it started at the what's now known as the Callcott Collection. So when it started, it was a hotel with 2 restaurants. When I left after 12 years, it was 4 hotels, 3 spas and 10 restaurants and a catering contract at Westonbirt Arboretum. So the business grew quite substantially during the 12 years that I spent working for the organisation.
Okay.
But where it really started for me, I was working at Tesco's, about to embark on a trainee manager course.
Okay.
Was then offered the opportunity to work at a new spa that was due to open, local to where I was living at the time, back in 2003. Started as a tennis coach. When I wasn't on the tennis court, I was effectively a general assistant. GA duties aren't particularly enjoyable. So I funded a personal trainer qualification for myself.
Okay.
Moved into the fitness team on a full-time basis when a vacancy became available. Quickly became the lead personal trainer in terms of revenue. And then the fitness manager position became available in 2005.
Okay.
I applied for it. Fortunately, I was successful, being offered the job at the tender age of 21.
Wow.
Beating other candidates with much more industry experience, but they perhaps have become a little long in the tooth.
Right. Okay.
And then after a couple of years of being fitness manager, facilities was tagged onto my remit.
Right, here we go then.
And that's really where my career started, in facilities, property and workplace management.
Right, I can see how you transitioned into that then, yeah. Okay.
I did. I think because a lot of the leisure facilities required maintaining, it was a natural step for me to take as fitness manager and become fitness and facilities manager.
Okay.
So I maintained a range of leisure facilities across 2 of the Gloucestershire hotel spas. So that was ranging from swimming pools, hot tubs, saunas, steam rooms, the gym, studios, tennis courts, a 3-kilometre trim trail.
Wow.
During that time, I qualified as a pool engineer.
Okay.
And then in 2009, I became operations manager.
Right.
And I think the time I'd spent in facilities for those 4 years leading up to that role were really beneficial, because I had an understanding of how long things would take to repair and what impact that would have on the operation of the business.
Okay.
So that's kind of where it all started.
Yeah. Did you, I mean, obviously, well, I know where you are now, you're obviously at Chatsworth School, but was this always, did you always know you'd end up on this path? It doesn't look so, does it? Because it started.
No, definitely not. Originally, I wanted to be a criminal barrister.
Right. That sounds exciting.
I even did work experience at a firm of solicitors.
What happened? It went really a different route.
Make the grades at school, to be honest.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we do have to have those grades, don't we? Yes.
I think I was the first year of AS levels, and you got your grades at the end of year 1, and they were healthier than what they were at the end of year 2 when I got my full A levels.
Yeah.
So yeah, originally I wanted to be a criminal barrister. I'd quite like the idea of being a sports statistician or a professional cricketer.
Okay, so you had a lot of different
lots of different interests.
Yeah.
I was very sporty in my teens. I played every sport going, but cricket, tennis and rugby I played to a reasonable standard.
Okay. So hence probably why you ended up in the industry that you did, and then moving forwards into facilities. So
absolutely. Like bizarrely, when I was offered the tennis coaching position, it was based on my experience of playing tennis.
Yeah.
But I hadn't actually played tennis for about 4 years.
Okay.
So I put the Callcott Collection put me through the tennis coach qualification. And then naturally, I transitioned into facilities with things that happened naturally during that time.
You were there a while, weren't you? 12 and a half years, yeah.
Yeah, in terms of the environment or the working environment, it was probably, the most enjoyable place that I've ever worked.
Yeah,
So
hospitality.
lots of different people, whether it's spa members, hotel guests, day spas, people just coming in for treatments.
Yes.
And naturally, that industry has quite a turnover in terms of staff. So I counted staff from lots of different environments and nationalities.
Yeah.
So, it did open your eye up to the world.
Yes, I think so. I was at a spa yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one?
I was down in Champneys in Kent.
Okay, very nice.
Yes, it was nice. We managed to get a bit of sun, but then the rain literally came down. But I did manage to get out, but yeah, it was very enjoyable. It is a lovely.
Jump into the hot tub with the.
I did. I did, not with the fire. There was no fire, but it was. I did jump in the outdoor. It was quite nice. It was a nice experience. So it's nice to be around. Working in that must be quite a nice place to work, I would have thought.
Yeah, no, it was full on, but you did have opportunities to use the facilities outside of your shifts.
Oh, lovely. Did you though? Because I always find that, do you use the facilities?
Depending on the time of day.
Because don't you just want to get home, or, it's...
If you started at 6:30 in the morning and you were finishing at 3, you might use the gym for a couple of hours before leaving at 5.
That's a good fair point, yeah.
But if you were doing like a 9 to 5:30, at that point, you just want to go home.
You do. That's it. It just makes me wonder about those. So obviously now you're with Chatsworth Schools. So what kind of got you over to there from the Caldecott collection? Obviously you were there a while.
So when I was working at the Caldecott collection, I got headhunted and moved into property and asset management for the third biggest managing agent in the UK at the time, a company called Mainstay.
Yes, I know them. Yeah.
Since I left Mainstay, they've been acquired by Firstport, who were the biggest managing agent in the UK. And then my specialty then was land and water estate management and residential.
Okay.
So I managed 7 developments in the Cotswold Water Park, which were all luxury second homes set around lakes. In terms of asset value, it was about 400 million.
Wow.
And then I also headed up feasibility and Section 20 consultations for the Midlands region in my last couple of years with the company. So I was supporting estate managers, facilities managers, building managers with Section 20 consultations. So that's where you need to legally consult with leaseholders if any one leaseholder is going to contribute more than £250 towards any works.
Okay.
And that was predominantly based in Birmingham and Newbury.
So some travel then? There
was some travel. So I'd do 3 days a week in the Cotswolds and then 2 days a week in Birmingham, or 1 day a week in Birmingham, 1 day a week in Newbury. And then I also headed up feasibilities. So at that point, we were looking at installing electric car charging units at all of our underground car parks.
Right.
So I did the feasibility study for that and then presented it to the director for them to present to the resident management company. So I spent 4 years in property and asset management and realized that 40% of my week was probably dealing with leaseholder queries.
Okay.
Some of which became a little bit too granular.
Right.
And they would legally challenge the service charge.
Right.
So at that point, I didn't feel like I was able to give as much as I wanted to the role. So I purposely targeted educational care.
Right.
Applied for the head of operations role with Chatsworth, which I was successful with. And then since being with Chatsworth, I was head of ops for the first 3 years.
Yeah.
Then I became director of estates and facilities for 2.5 years. And then for the last 6 months, I've been executive director of property and development.
Wow.
And find myself as a company director of the 15 subsidiary companies.
And that's almost 6 years you've been, almost you're a month away.
September.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, obviously, you've worked through the company. Tell us how you've kind of work your way through there. What have you, what have you done?
What have I done? I think I've done a lot. So whether it's identifying cost savings, and then ensuring that they come to fruition, delivering multiple schemes across multiple properties on the same timeline. Wherever I've worked, I've always aspired to get to the next step. So I had several promotions when I was with the Calcott collection, several promotions when I was at Mainstay, and then subsequently with Chatsworth. So I'm always striving to, be the best that I can possibly be. And the only way of doing that is with deliverables. So if I'm tasked with doing something, then I try to meet or exceed that expectation.
Well done. So is there anyone or anything that gave you that real sort of push in your career, going back a bit now?
Well, I think it was my first boss at the Calcott collection, a lady called Kathy Ball, who was the SPA director at the time. And I think she believed in me at a young age. So then that gave me the belief that I could succeed at anything I put my mind to.
That's wonderful. It's good that we have those people, isn't it?
No, absolutely.
Was she sort of a mentor, or did she?
She was a mentor, but the company are also a really good organisation to work for in terms of CPD. So we did lots of different forms of training from a management perspective.
That's so good.
And we worked with other managers across the business on the same CPD course. So it encouraged collaborative working.
That's really good. It's very important.
Yeah, if you're all pulling in the same direction.
Exactly.
The customer's going to get the best experience possible.
It sounds like they sort of recruited from within and promoted and worked with you to get to that next step, or wherever you wanted to be within the business. Sounds like that, doesn't it? Because you kind of went for a different couple of roles there.
Yeah.
Okay. So is she still in touch with you? Are you still in touch?
Well, I think she's retired out of the business on a day-to-day basis and is now a non-executive director. I kept in touch for the first few years after I left, but then, my role wasn't particularly local, and you find that you become busier with more travel. And slowly lost touch, unfortunately.
She might want to hear this podcast when you can share it with her.
Tag her on.
As your first push in your career. That's wonderful. She'd probably love to hear that.
Definitely.
So let's talk about your day now. What do you actually do day to day? What does it look like for you?
Well, I leave home probably before 5 a.m, typically 3 days a week.
Did you say 5?
5, yeah.
That's early.
It is early.
For me, anyway.
I like to travel when I'm due to, where I'm due to go, and be there before rush hour starts.
That's a good idea.
Generally, I only have the opportunity to do what I need to do before 8:30 or after 5:30, because within those core working hours, you're fielding inquiries left, right and centre, dealing with lots of queries. You might have a day full of Teams or Zoom calls. So, I try to set off early to get a head start and build contingency in today for the unexpected.
Love that. So generally, some proactive stuff in there before and after hours, and then in the middle, you're dealing with a lot of reactive stuff.
Yeah, and I think you need to be proactive in order to be as reactive as possible to things that are unforeseen.
And that happens in your world, doesn't it?
All the time.
Yeah.
Multiple sites at the same time. But my day really varies depending on the time of year. So December and January is heavily focused on the group insurance renewal.
Right.
So you have to risk profile the portfolio,
right,
which isn't an overnight job. April onwards is heavily focused on setting budgets for the next academic year, whether that's operating budgets for the schools and the various elements that I oversee, like catering, transport, maintenance renewals, repairs, health and safety, etc.
Gosh.
Or whether it's the CapEx budget. June onwards is the start of our annual policy review. Across the business, we probably have in excess of 100 policies, of which I own 17.
Oh.
And then the school holiday periods, lots of project managing, capital works across
getting stuff done.
Locations. And then at the start of each term, we do a termly compliance visit to make sure that the schools are always inspection ready.
Yes.
But a typical week during term time, I'd be office based on a Monday.
Yeah.
At one of the schools Tuesday to Thursday, and that could be meeting with the bursar, meeting with the site manager, scoping works for an upcoming project.
Yeah.
And then try to work from home on a Friday to
catch up
the week
on the paperwork side of stuff and the admin, I guess. That's wearing many hats, right?
Definitely. You have to wear multiple hats throughout the day and actually change your thought process depending on what hat you're wearing.
Yeah.
If you've got a catering query, your thought process is completely different as to if you've got a query on asbestos or Legionella, as an example.
Yes, very serious things. Those are, yeah,
very much so.
Oh, then the catering could be depending upon what the issue is.
Absolutely.
Gosh, there's so much going on in your day, and let's talk about challenges because you kind of touched on a few there. What's testing you right now?
Well, I think unfortunately the closure of 2 of our schools puts VAT on school fees.
Right.
So we've got 2 schools that we need to give vacant possession over the summer holidays. And then we've got an extensive capital works programme across 3 of our schools. And one programme in particular is extremely challenging, mainly due to the various elements of work. So we've got asbestos remedial works, we've got fire compartmentation works, we've got damp wall rectification works, an LED lighting upgrade, and a new sports hall roof and floor, all being delivered alongside each other. And I suppose the other challenge is I'm actually due to be away from home more than I'm due to be at home between now and the end of August.
Oh, my goodness.
So that is challenging with 3 children and school holidays.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
But, fortunately, my wife and family are understanding. So it makes it a little bit easier.
Yes, definitely. Oh, gosh. That's a lot that you have to take on. I guess that would be something that you would say to someone coming into the industry. They need to be prepared to work extremely hard.
Extremely hard and, be good at multitasking. And the only way to be good at multitasking is to be exceptional organisation.
Yeah, definitely. So where do you think the industry is heading? Sort of what excites you at the moment? We've got talks of AI now and ESG.
Yeah.
Technology. What sort of excites you?
Well, I think the industry will continue to evolve and be driven by the technological innovations with a focus on human-centered workplaces and an increased emphasis on data.
Yes.
Yes. What excites me is probably actually the next workforce generation.
Okay.
So the influx of Gen Z, those individuals that were born from the mid-90s to the early 2010s.
This is not a challenge. This excites you.
It does, because, I was afforded the time to develop by somebody from a different generation. And I'd like to do the same for those that are in a younger generation to myself.
Yeah.
It might be since becoming a father.
Maybe it's that.
Yeah, maybe.
Mine are 27 and 22. So I think quite challenging.
I think it provides a real challenge for workplaces because, some workplaces are going to have at least 5 generations in the same workplace. So companies will need to adapt and balance the expectations of different age groups because they are very different.
Yeah, we really are. I
think the design of the workplace will have a big role to play in supporting the collaboration of those generations in the workplace.
Absolutely.
And, in 2025, there's a need to digitally reskill the workforce.
Yes,
address the skills gap and enhance the capability of facilities managers to meet the needs of new buildings.
Yes.
So that's where I think the industry is heading and what excites me, really.
I like that. And what about AI and, is it a friend or foe to you?
I think it's a friend.
Yes.
As it can drive efficiencies and change.
Do you use it? And does Chatsworth?
We do use it. I mean, it's got the potential to transform operational excellence, user experience, skills and talent, innovation, data and sustainability. Where we use it is actually for our premises related statutory compliance.
Right.
So we've got a new piece of software called InfoSpeak, which streamlines workflows, scheduling routine tasks, automating building systems. And that's something that we've only mobilized in the last 12 months.
This is making your life easier, I take it.
A lot easier.
Do you have to check it? Do you have to make sure that it's... I guess what you put in is what you get out, right?
What you put in is what you get out. It's a bespoke system that evolves with us over time. We set the system up over the summer holidays in 2024. And what that enables us to do now is ensure that all of our schools and nurseries are compliant from a premises perspective with a couple of clicks of a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
We still physically go to each site on a termly basis to review the system and the supporting paperwork, which is your evidence during any form of inspection.
Yeah.
But it's made our lives a lot easier. It's cut down on our travel. It's actually cut down on our communications. We don't need to make as many phone calls or send as many emails to establish if an emergency lighting drawdown's been done, if the EICR is in date, because we can see it on a live system. So yeah, I think companies need to balance the implementation of AI.
That's the word, balance, isn't it? Yeah.
I think that's always the key.
Yeah.
Like balance it together with the skills, the company culture, and actually the human qualities.
It gets to know you though, doesn't it, as well? It gets to understand your business and what you're actually doing and what you're...
It does.
It's very clever, isn't it?
Even if you go onto Google and you type a query into the search engine, the first response now is always an AI generated response.
It is.
And 9 times out of 10, it's what you're looking for and gives you the reassurance.
Yeah, I tend to use ChatGPT quite a lot. And I feel like it's really getting to know me, sort of what's going on in my personal life, maybe. It's very empathetic as well, which I quite like. I'm sorry you're going through that, or or congratulations, that sounds great. So it knows stuff. I think that's just, I don't really Google much anymore. I do ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. I must admit, I still use search engines, but I tend to not scroll down because AI gives me the answer that I'm looking for.
Yeah, so we're kind of doing the same thing.
So it does streamline.
Yeah.
In that regard.
It's great fun, isn't it? I think it's quite exciting. I think, well, I do anyway.
I think you need to embrace these things.
I think
they're not going away. They're only going to advance further.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be caught behind the curve in a couple of years' time.
Yeah, I've just downloaded ChatGPT to my mum's phone and I've said, start asking that questions there on that app there, and it will give you the right answers. So, look, my mum's 78, so I'm educating her on, why not?
Just the fact your mum can use a phone at 78.
She actually can. She's got an iPhone. She's up to date. She's got an iPad as well.
My mum's soon to be 69 and she's got a Motorola, which we don't understand how to use because we've all got iPhones. So we're slowly trying to encourage her to move over to an iPhone so we can actually give her some proper tutorials.
Well, my mum's even got the Ring doorbell. She's all out. She's there. She's got cameras at the back. She knows. Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Impressive.
I think it helps.
You've addressed the digital skills gap.
Yeah, mum's good. She's doing all right in that. But yes, that what was it? Old dog, new tricks. I think I think you've got to want to, haven't you? You can't. Yeah. My mum does want to. She likes to.
If there's resistance,
forget it.
Chance
and I love it myself. My son is actually in cybersecurity.
Oh wow!
So he's all into tech and IT. So it's quite exciting. I hear a lot of things before they actually happen.
That's always the hardest section of the group insurance renewal is the cyber.
Really? Okay.
Because it's a lot harder to understand than the other general insurances that you need to procure.
They put you in touch with my son. So let's talk about ESG. It's the buzzword of the moment. What does it actually mean to you in your work at the moment?
Well, I think, it is becoming more urgent and higher on the agenda in board meetings.
Yes.
The reality of net zero targets becoming closer. I think data's key because without data, you can't allocate the budget you need for decarbonisation and capital projects that can only be supported by the data. One of the funds that we work with is a social impact fund,
right?
Who won't consider investing unless they can demonstrate an ESG benefit. So we've secured funding via this particular social impact fund for essential building maintenance works. But only on the basis that we also deliver an LED lighting upgrade.
Right.
And in the future, solar PV.
Right. So you're working towards becoming efficient and
yeah, we have an ESG partner called Flotilla, who our investors work with across their investment portfolio.
Okay.
So we have to report on our scope 1, 2, and 3 emissions.
Right.
So, we're familiar with the environmental data required, the social data required, and the governance data required.
Yeah. Do you think that adds to your workload, or and obviously it's crucial, isn't it? We need to do this. So,
I think reporting on it can add to your workload if you don't have the reporting system already in place. I mean, when we have to complete the annual survey, some data is available at a click of a button. Some data you might need to go away and liaise with multiple individuals across multiple schools and nurseries to obtain it. So I think there are, lots of improvements that we can make. But I think the key is balancing it against other essential expenditure.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to, it's a balancing tool again, isn't it?
Definitely. I think, everything's a balancing act when you're in the private sector.
Yeah, definitely, because you're dealing with money as well as.
Absolutely.
So do you think the industry is innovating fast enough, or are we still playing catch up?
I actually think the FM industry is ahead of the curve. I'm not sure if that's an opinion that's shared across the board.
It depends what you're in, I guess, which sector, but yeah.
It does, but I put it back to FM being at the forefront of the pandemic response.
Definitely.
I mean, it pioneered hybrid working.
It did.
Navigated the economic downturn.
Yes.
And I think as an industry, we've shown lots of resilience. We've adapted to unprecedented challenges.
Yes.
And we're now developing holistic digital strategies for FM data to support goals of organisations.
Yeah.
So, using facilities management, real estate and project management data to invest more wisely.
Yes, definitely. So, I always talk about, COVID and how it changed the world, and as we once knew it. It's very different now. Coming back into the workplace, I don't know what it's like for schools so much, because obviously my kids are grown and I don't need to go into any schools. But has it changed much for the children, and how they're taught, how since in schools, is it what's it like?
I think it's enhanced their learning experience in terms of homework. All of our schools, the pupils have one-to-one devices. Whereas beforehand, you may not have had a one-to-one device at home unless your parents had bought you a tablet. I think in the classroom as well, like we bring technology into every single lesson that we teach, not just IT or ICT anymore.
So it's really changed in that. Yes.
It's really changed. And I think it's actually giving children more of a realistic reflection on what it's like when they do eventually enter into the workplace.
It must be more fun as well, having more technology, because
a lot more fun. I mean, all of our media screens are interactive. The teachers can send the pupils their homework to their iPad. I actually think, in hindsight, the pandemic has been a good thing.
Yeah. Shook us all up, didn't it? That's for sure.
I think it took a lot of people back to the drawing board, and they had to contend with things that they'd never envisaged having to contend with, and change their practices for the better moving forward.
Yeah. And I think in terms of offices, we're in labs right now, obviously, and I find that it's a very different feel to when I first went into a job. People seem more relaxed in the office now, including clothing. Everything seems more relaxed. I've mentioned this before, but the seating out there is just sofas, and it's making it feel more like home, I think, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, a home away from home. I mean, coincidentally, I've actually served notice on our office.
Right.
In West Oxfordshire. We'd only typically go there every Monday during term time. But given a change in the central team, it's actually more conducive for us to meet online on a Thursday.
Right.
And if we need to meet in person, hiring somewhere similar to where we are today.
Right, yeah.
Near one of the major train stations in London.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
And making it more central for everybody. Yeah, it does make sense. That's a cost-saving exercise as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Saves $40,000 a year on the PIT now, so...
There you go. Yeah, but they're happy with you. Okay, so looking back, what moment or project are you still proud of today? You've clearly got quite a few there across multiple.
I think there's probably three.
Okay.
So going back to the Calcott collection, keeping a spa open and operational for all but one day during a 12-year period, which included a multi-million-pound refurbishment.
Goodness.
So, the majority of the refurbishment works were done outside of operating hours to enable all of the facilities to be available to the clients.
Gosh, yes. It's challenging.
It was challenging. I mean, when we retiled the swimming pool, we had a temporary swimming pool on the tennis court, which was still heated. So we were still able to offer that facility.
Goodness. Because usually it's done, it's gone. You're not using the pool and that's it until further notice.
No, I think
that's
probably
impressive.
The worst thing that the clients had to experience was the smell of wet paint in the morning. Which in the grand scheme of things,
not bad.
Isn't bad. I think the next one was building a secondary school in the remote village of AN Suwako in Western Ghana, which was part of the Chatsworth Foundation.
Okay.
And then the third one was obtaining planning permission for a double-storey 9-classroom modular build with a link corridor from the ground floor of the main building to the first floor of the modular build in an area of outstanding natural beauty and greenbelt, when various applications from the previous proprietor had been rejected by the local authority.
Wow.
So I'd say they're my three.
They're really impressive, to be fair.
I could give you a whole host more, but
I'm sure. But they're you have.
They're the top.
They come to mind at the top. They're impressive. I love that. So we spoke about this a little bit earlier before the show. But what's something you wish you knew when you were just starting out?
It's possibly a bit of an obscure one, but the meaning of EBITDA. So quite often I'd be sat with my director in my early days and they'd keep talking about EBITDA.
EBITDA.
But without telling me what EBITDA stood for. So earnings before interest, depreciation and amortization.
Did you not want to ask?
I think I asked several times, but it took a while before it stuck.
There was no ChatGPT then either.
There wasn't. Sorry, can you just explain EBITDA to me again?
Oh, wow.
So might be a bit sad. But
no, it's not. It's great fun.
I wish I knew before having to ask the question.
Love that. So if someone came to you tomorrow saying, I want to do what you do, what would you say to them?
I'd say if you'd like a role which is extremely rewarding and you're not the person cutting the ribbon on the day of opening.
Okay. Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think FM, whether your facilities, property, estates, development, health and safety, compliance,
procurement, so much.
It's such a broad spectrum.
It is.
And a lot of the work you do goes unnoticed in the background.
I know.
But it is extremely rewarding. Like I think I can confidently say I'm the only person within my organisation where I could take you to any of my sites and you could touch what I've delivered.
Yes.
Because it's physical.
How lovely.
Which is, it's a nice feeling. If you see children enjoying a new facility that you project managed or you've overcome a hurdle to enable a fantastic new facility for generations to come, it does give you a good sense of achievement. I suppose my other project, which I could cite, was doing a mugger, so a multi-use games area.
Okay.
Which was actually above 2 World War II air raid shelters.
Wow.
So from a structural engineer design perspective, that was challenging.
I bet. I can't even picture that in my head. But just explain it to me more.
We had to commission an unexploded bomb survey as part of the...
I was going to say, goodness me. So that's impressive too.
Not many people can say they've had to do an unexploded bomb survey.
No, definitely not. Goodness
Fortunately,
me.
there weren't any.
Oh, yes, phew. You might not be here to tell the tale.
No.
Oh, goodness, love that. So let's switch off from work now. What do you like to do outside your day job? You mentioned sports. Are you still into the sports side of things? You mentioned that.
I am still into sports, but probably more from a spectator perspective rather than a playing perspective. Too many niggling injuries.
All right.
But I like going to various live sporting events. So I've got a cup season ticket at Old Trafford, so I get to watch Man U regularly.
Okay.
Go and have father and son bonding days
That's
at the rugby or the cricket,
That's great.
and horse racing.
Okay.
I like going to the races. It gives you a different buzz to other sporting events.
Definitely.
But yeah, also spending time with family.
Yeah. You mentioned your 3 kids and
that's really valuable to me with the kind of
wife,
work-life balance.
Yeah.
So, whether it's walking the dogs, going on holidays, watching Jacob play football, watching Matilda perform at Little Voices, and actually going away with just my wife and not the kids is
that's also
valuable.
Very important.
And probably enjoy that the most, because with 3 kids, there's always one that's the odd one out. And
3's a odd number, isn't it? But it's that's also a balancing act, I would have thought.
Always a balancing act.
Wearing many hats.
Quality, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
DEI.
Lovely. So what's, let's finish on this. It's always a great question. What's the best bit of advice you've ever been given?
There's probably 3.
Okay. No, let's hear them. More the merrier.
They're short and snappy.
Okay.
So the first one is take emotion out of business.
Oh, yes.
Second one is go with your gut.
Definitely.
And then the third one is don't present a problem without a solution.
Oh, that's good too.
So I do live by all 3 of those daily.
Yeah, I kind of do, yeah. That's brilliant.
You tend to make the right decisions.
Yeah. It's great. So you've obviously got a good future ahead of you, and it'd be interesting to see you moving through on LinkedIn, because that's what you seem to do, is work through and get sort of more senior as you go along, which is great.
No, absolutely. Be, interesting to see what the future holds.
Absolutely. Watch this space. And can people reach out to you on LinkedIn if they've got any questions? They may have some.
They can, but just to pre-warn them, they'd really need to stand out in my LinkedIn inbox for me to respond.
It's so true. Then you put Wear Many Hats podcast question as the title. Love that. Okay, thank you so much, Jonathan, for coming along and sharing that today. There's some really powerful information in there, and some valuable stuff for people coming into the FM industry and what they need to do to be where you're at. That's lovely.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much. And safe journey back, but to the Cotswolds. Lovely. And that's the end of today's show. Do like, share, follow, and send to your friends and family the show. And we shall see you next time on Wear Many Hats. Thank you very much.